The stories may vary, the origins may differ, but the name would never change. Raymond Washington. Raymond, in his uniqueness, had parents living on both sides of Central Avenue, only 4 minutes apart. With the apprentice Bunchy Carter being killed in 1969 and Craig Monson going to prison in 1970, the floodgates opened to Raymond's influence, and the Crips spread like wildfire.
I've always called the avenues, we can't forget about the avenues. I've always called the avenues the father of the Crips, and this is why. Raymond Washington always wanted to be an avenue, but he did not live in the avenue territory. He hung around with Robert Monson, the brother of the leader, Craig Monson, but he did not live in avenue territory, so we call him a wannabe.
His father stayed right on 84th Street in Hooper at the dead end, the last house. If you coming down the street, it'll be on your, if you're coming forward down the street, it'll be on your right hand side. It was a green house. It's directly next to Charles Drew High School. Directly across the street from him, it's a mustard house. Glenn Jones stayed there. Clifford Jones, the guy who used to work for Channel 11, that they busted for a murder years ago, his mama stayed there. And Bear stayed, Teddy Bear stayed right next door.
Craig Monson ended up knocking out Raymond Washington.
So let me ask you this. Were you there, or did you get this from a credible source?
I got it from a credible source. Alden Jones, any original Crip, and I mean original. I'm talking about these guys would be 63, 62, 61 years old. These are the people that you would talk to about this right here.
I'm working out with Donnie Boy and all, and I said, Donnie, oh, I'm gonna hit that motherfucker after he finished. He said, Monson, you better hit him with an open hand, cause he's a kid.
Which was, I mean, come on, you got a 19 or 20-year-old Craig Monson jumping on a 15-year-old Raymond Washington.
Come here, Raymond, like that. What? I said, I don't want you coming over here no more, you little motherfucker, and I slapped him. I backhand him like that.
So Raymond decided to start his own gang, the Crips. They were from 79th, which is Natal Street, to Florence, from Compton Avenue to Broadway. Raymond and his crew would be called East Side Crips. And then Bulldog would have the West Side Crips from San Pedro to Broadway. That was the first West Side Crip, was Bulldog. Now, I say this, again, if Craig Monson would allow Raymond Washington in the avenues, perhaps there never would have been a Crip.
Raymond had a limp. He walked with a limp, up and down like that. And he said to me, I don't want to be in the avenues no how. I'm going to go and I'll start my own gang. And I said, what you going to call it, you little Crip? I said that because of him walking up and down. Because he had a bad limp. And he said to me, that's what I'm going to call it, the Crips. I turned 21 in the county jail when I was fighting my murder case.
How long were you in the penitentiary for?
Yeah, almost 5, almost. Because I came home in 75.
So when you come home, while you're in the pen during 70 and 75, are you hearing about your neighborhood evolving and changing? Are you getting letters and visits telling you
yes,
there's something going on?
My mother came and told me Bud's brother was dead.
What's that you got next to you?
This is a book. This is our yearbook from 1969, Drew Junior High School. Tells a story.
Name some of the guys you could find in that book.
Okay. Well, here we have 69 books, so it's kind of here. Right here is Raymond Washington. Just months later, he would get kicked out this school and go to Edison and start the Crips. Here is Bula, Big Boo. Pretty cool guy, real cool guy.
There was a guy named, that was big buff guy named Boo. There was Donnie Boy's younger brother. He ran with him.
One of the big muscle guys around campus, and he was from Avenue. which again I call the father of the Crips. Raymond wasn't allowed in their gang.
Did Kenny Carter run with y'all?
Yeah, me and Kenny Carter was, me and Kenny was closer than me and Raymond, or than me and me, Kenny Carter, who was Bobby Sanders, Nathaniel Jackson, Bleep, who was Paul Jackson's younger brother. We all kind of ran together right there on 84th Street. Baby Squab, who he was locked up for 17 years for a bank robbery. Here he is right here on the end there. And we all ran together, but everybody was kind of over there, and when there was a fight and they was around, then they was with us, but we were the younger group, you would hear somebody holler out, Avenue, and the whole group would come together.
Here we have Conrad Williams. He got really known for what happened at the Hollywood Palladium, the aggression of the Crips and what they did and how they was carrying on, taking people's leather coats, and they beat the guy to death over his jacket.
Tell me where the Crips got stealing leather coats from.
The Crips got stealing leather coats from the Avenues, which was Monson, Donnie Boy, my brother Buzzard, Teddy Bear, Charles Jones, Howard, a lot of other guys over there, and they were the first ones that started taking leather coats. And Raymond Washington knew that, and I guess once he started the Crips, they carried it on.
Yeah, that's just something they learned from the
Right.
older
They don't really know the history behind it though, and the history is because the Black Panthers wore leather coats, black tams, and dark shades, and so by Monson and the Avenues being younger than Bunchy and a lot of and Bird, they was younger than Bird too. They started taking leather coats, but they wasn't, Black Panthers. They were still teenagers. And once, like I say, they started killing off the black leaders, in the 60s, the government was too cold then. You think Trump is cold, they'd kill your ass for even promoting peace. You think I'm lying? Ask Martin Luther King's people. Ask Gandhi's people.
What up, YouTube? This is Kev Mac of kevmacvideos. Craig Monson Part 2. In just a few hours, Craig Monson Part 3. That's the video that you all been asking for. Finally, you hear it from Craig Monson, the founder of the Avenue's mouth himself. This will air Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't forget to tune in on the main channel, Kev Mac Videos with the blue logo. Peace.